At Hillhouse High School in New Haven, Connecticut, the class of 1943 never had a prom because it was interrupted by World War II. Well, that was a good reason not to have a prom. But yesterday, after a 70-year wait, classmates gathered to celebrate and to remember.
My name's Anthony Pegnataro, the class of 1943.
Norman Silverman.
Herbert Brown.
Marilyn White Unger.
Bill Lynch, Hillhouse, 1943.
Lois Ann Epstein.
Hillhouse High School, 43, was a generation like no other.
Our generation was a wonderful generation because you grew up, you did the right thing.
We learned patience primarily because of the sociability of our life.
I guess we needed each other.
World War II was a bad time for everybody. Our particular class is 1943, so all the guys are about 17, maybe 18 years old at best, going into the service.
World War II called for America's youth and its innocence. And with so many classmates off to combat, Hillhouse High School canceled its senior prom in the spring of 1943.
I went in February of 1943, so I would have missed the prom if they had it.
The fact that we didn't have a prom, I don't think that was bothering anybody. Don't forget, we were in a war that was brought upon us, and we were fighting as much for survival as anybody else. So this is what you had to do.
We never had a prom because the war interrupted and we all went off. And now we're finally having our prom.
How are you today, ma'am?
How you doing, Shane?
Good.
I'm really happy that you made it here.
Really excited, really excited. Especially meeting some of the people that I hung around with or knew, and to hear what they had done and where they were.
It's a good thing we have name tags because many of us don't have the memory that we used to.
Uncle Buddy has made it. He's in the house.
It was the largest graduating class in the history of Hillhouse. We had 1,585 students.
After all these years, 7 years.
We think it's close to 500 men and women that are still alive.
You all look great.
Time is fleeting, and we never have enough of it, never will have enough of it.
It's probably the last get-together. That's special.
When we fight for you. These events bring you back to years that you almost forgot.
This is our final prom. We finally got it. Waited 70 years for it. You'll be dancing shortly.
There's one song I wish they would play, and that is
As time goes by.
Oh yes, I love that song.
It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory.
A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is... That's not my key, you see.
The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
The name of this story, It's Never Too Late.
That's
right.
right. Years later, the prom still means something. I love that.
This is the class of 1943, so 70 years ago. So these people are in their mid to late 80s. Fantastic. And how many of the class? It was like 15?
500 out of 1,500.